Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jameelah, and I'm a master manifester, and that I do know to be true, right? And so are you. Today I'm discussing the importance of understanding why you should never try to go through people, right? When we're trying to create things and develop all these amazing things in our lives, and we're trying to manifest, specific things for our children, for our family, for our communities, for our country, whatever it is you're focused on, the bigger picture, you have to remember to keep your eye on source. Don't focus on the people. Don't focus on the people because the people have their own agendas and they have their own things that they're trying to create and do and have. And it has absolutely nothing to do with your greater good most of the time, right? When people come in our lives or they're in our environments and they create unnecessary conflicts, let them spin their wheels. Let them spin out of control. Let them come to a place where they don't understand what's happening and things are moving so fast that they don't get it. Let them go through that. For you, keep your mind and keep your focus and your attention on source and source only. Focus your attention on source and source only. Especially after having a bad interaction with or a negative interaction with someone or something like that, go back to your hidey hole space and be determined to focus on the bigger picture. Be determined. When I tell you, there are a few blessings that have came in my life more recently, and there were times where I could have let the people around me who was giving me trouble control whether or not I received that blessing, right? But they're so small and insignificant when it comes to you and your dreams and you and your goals, right? One of the biggest issues that I deal with is trying to refrain from saying what I want to say when I know that I'm better than whatever the situation is that's happening. And they think that they got me caught up in something. I'm like, dude, it's not happening. The only reason why your opinion matters is because we're sitting in this particular space. The minute we leave this space, your opinion means nothing in my life. You have to keep that mindset. It's not a blatant disregard for others. It's remembering, right? Because let me tell you, I had a life coach for a minute. I feel like she was a therapist, but it came through a company and I was like, oh, let me, follow up and see what it's about. It was through one of the contracts that I had. And I actually utilized one of their services, right? And when I utilized the service, I remember one of the biggest things she was telling me was I was having trouble with some guys, because I work with mostly men, on a contract that I was working on. And, just the same thing, trying to conquer, trying to be little, trying to be smarter. I don't run into it very often, but when I do, it's hardcore, right? Because I can't say that that's happened in every environment I've been in. But when it does, it sticks out big. And I don't even notice until way later. And I was having trouble and I was like, I'm just about to end the contract. I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want to do that anymore. And she was like, you're going to adjust your entire household income. You're going to change the way that you're living for the next 6 months or what you're doing because somebody has a bad attitude or because somebody misunderstands you or is determined to misunderstand you. And I was like, when she put it in that perspective, I was like, oh my God, really? Like, why would I even let anybody enter my home? You know what I mean? Because that's literally letting someone enter your home. And if you don't respect them enough because of their antics in the work environment or something like that, why would you let what they have going on enter your home space, right? Say whatever you want, feel however you want, treat me however you want, that, within reason, of course, whatever. But what I'm saying is, it means absolutely nothing. It means absolutely nothing. If we could get in a space where we get out of our heads when it comes to the opinions of others, I feel like human beings spend so much time caught up in their head about what other people think of them, what other people are saying about them, whether other people like them or whether other people feel good about them. It is a waste of your life. When I tell you those people can't deliver anything to you more than what the source can, more than what the creator can, they're not remotely on the level of source, not remotely. None of us are. So none of us can get in the way of somebody else's blessings. And what I find is when it looks the most rickety, that's when it's about to get pretty. It's never failed. When it looks the most bleak, that's when it's about to go to another level. That's when you're about to reach that pinnacle. And if you sit there and spend your time on what people say about you, how they feel about you, whether they like you or not, whether they think they got the best of you, nobody gets the best of me. So it really doesn't matter if they think it or not. In some environments, I've let people think that just so I can move on without them snapping or going crazy. I always say that a lot of women talk about leaving bad relationships and there's the intimate partner violence. And I'm like, just pretend like they're winning until you get out. Just pretend like they're winning. That's the best way to be. And I find when you're dealing with particular types of egos, please pretend like they're winning, because the violence streak may come out, or the streak of negativity that you don't want to interact with, right? So I don't mind doing that, because when I say pretend like you're winning, like they're winning, I don't mean walk around and, congratulate and fake. I just mean like, oh yeah, you got me. You got me. Oh yeah, I'm an awful person. Oh yeah, you were right. I'm terrible. Oh yeah, you were right. I'm this, I'm that. Okay, yeah, I'm useless. Let them think they're right. Get out of your head when it comes to what other people are thinking about you, whether they're considering and anything, and focus your attention on the bigger picture. That everything you want in life, everything you want to achieve, everything you want to create, everything you want to expand is not going to come from pleading and begging and trying to get cozy with other people. If you get anything in those types of ways, you're going to have to continue to get it that way. That's why when I was younger, I used to see information all the time on dating with women talking about what you got to do to get money from men and this kind of thing. And I was like, I just go make my own money. It'd be nice. Gifts are nice, but I can go make my own money. Because I'm like, wait, you're doing all that catering to somebody. You're going to have to keep doing that for years and years and 20 years and 30 years. And lastly, if you don't even have a career, then you don't have an income. Then you got to be sitting there for 40 years. And what if you're married to a bad person? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Stop trying to go through people to get things. Yes, people are vessels for those things to come through you, but they don't have to like you to give it to you. If you focus on source, what you want and what you desire will come right to you, and it will go through those people that you thought hated you. And the thing about it is they'll still dislike you, but they're not bigger than source. So when source moves, they have to move too. When source says this is time, it's time, and it's for everyone. There's no in between, right? It's gonna happen. So clear your mind of thinking about, oh, I need to cozy up to this person. I don't use the B word, right? Boss. I hate when adults use the word boss. It annoys me to no end. Nobody should want to be called boss, and nobody should be calling anybody boss. It's just the stupidest word. Just move around it like, oh, I want a promotion. Oh my God, my coworkers don't like me. Oh my God, my sibling said this. You're trying to put out all these little fires and then you're not getting anywhere closer to the goals. You're not getting anywhere closer to what you want to create. I hit the mic just now, so that sound may be in there. But just keep that in mind. Keep your eyes, keep your attention, keep your emotions, keep your center. Keep it all focused on the creator. Keep it all focused on the source. That's where you're going to get the positive energy from. That's where you're going to get the peace. That's where you're going to be able to activate that inside of you already. You're going to be able to activate your ease and effortlessness. You're going to be able to activate your tolerance. If you're needed to be in an environment that you feel is a toxic or really bad for you for like 2 weeks, right? And 2 more weeks. And you're just like, 2 more weeks of this, right? 2 more weeks of this. The creator, the source, will give you the tolerance and the patience to last for the 2 weeks that you need to last for. You're not going to have to think about, I'm just going to lose my mind. Not if you're focused, not if you're meditating, not if you're getting on a higher plane. Because when you're in that space, none of the chickens can bother you, right? None of the chickens can bother you, right? None of the chickens. Like you're an eagle. You're in the right space. You're doing the right things. You have the right mindset. You have the right intentions and motives, right? Because a lot of people have these really weak agendas and motives and stuff like that, and they're just doing wicked, and they think that nobody notices. But when you're walking around and you have the right intentions and the right attitude and the right mindset, it's only a matter of time. And then so when you have to be confronted with these environments where it seems you're totally being misunderstood, you're totally being railroaded, you're totally being pushed in directions and being seen with a certain attitude or mindset that you don't even have, and it can't be erased because the people you're dealing with are so small that they don't even know how to outgrow the mindset. They just like, you're the bad one, you're doing something to me. No, I'm just not stupid. So many people need to learn how to work with people who aren't stupid. You may ask questions, you may need to know things, you may want to know blah blah blah. Keep your eye focused on the big picture. And I've seen environments where people were playing with one person and in a matter of months that person was in charge of them. Watch who you play games with in any environment you're in, right? Because that's saying about the same people you see going up is the same people you'll see going down. It's very true. But if you're not focused on foolishness and nonsense, and you got a hyper ego that just needs to be in control of everything, nonsense control too, not even the control that actually gets anything done. You're working with that. You're not going to be in those spaces. So if you go up, you're going to keep going up. The right attitude, the positive energy, keep going up. If you attach that to people, that's when you can be drugged down. That's when you can be brought down from the high places that you're attending, right? You ever see those situations where someone marries into a certain kind of family and the family has riches and this and all that kind of stuff, and then the divorce or something like that happens, right? And then the person who was married, they fall from grace because everything they were and everything they had and everything that was special and attached to them, they allowed it to be the fact that they were married into this amazing family. You know what I mean? So because that's a no-no, you got to build your own strength. You got to build your own mindset, your own creative thinking, your own strategies and plans and all that to get there. And you will get there, right? And then when you gain these things and when you attain them, nobody can take it away because it's yours. Nobody can take it away. They can't dangle it over your head. They can't tell you owe them because they hooked you up, and none of that will be useful. Keep your mind focused on source, and what you want is right behind it. Stop going through people. They don't have your answers. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.